So hey, welcome to day 9. So last night was not great. I ended with the rain in the tent, and that was cool, but it turned into a deluge. I mean, I've never had as much rain come down at once, and it just went on for an hour. So all this ground around my tent was over a half-inch deep in water, just standing water. And one of the things that's kind of my fault is this is not a great I mean, I think it was better at night, but it's kind of gotten worse over time. But this was not a great tent pitch. That line between the two pole tops should be almost straight. And see how it's sagging in the middle? It also means that there's a thing called the bathtub, which is this raised thing here, which should form a nice barrier. As you can see, it's kind of almost laying on the ground. Again, it wasn't that bad during the rain, but it was lower than it should have been. And because this was all standing water on the ground, my vestibules were full of half-inch deep water too. But the rain was hitting so hard that it was splashing up. And it was splashing up under the rainfly into the tent through the mesh netting. So everything in the tent got a little damp. It wasn't too bad, but it got a bit wet. And yeah, so I spent an hour just kind of hoping that things would, the rain would stop, and eventually it did. But yeah, not great. So the lesson here is to spend more time getting a better pitch on the tent to get the bathtub nice, and get the, because you can also control the distance, the gap here between the ground and the fly. And you can see that here how high it is, and you can see over here it's almost touching the ground. And coming over to this side, again, it's very high. So just didn't do a great job. Oh well. All right, 7:45, all packed up, business taken care of, leaving the campground. Got about a 12.2 mile day, about 2,700 feet of climbing. The first start of the day is just pretty much straight up 1,200 feet. Need to stop and get some water to make sure I have enough. But 7:45, and the temps are 72, but it just feels hotter. It's very humid. What's your trail name?
I'm Gigs.
Gigs?
Mm-hmm.
And?
Hi there, I'm Mule.
Mule. And you two are doing how long today? Well, it's actually not today. It's
2 days, over 24 hours. We're doing 41.2 miles.
holy. Where'd you start?
Sealy Woodworth.
Okay, yeah,
Shelter?
exactly.
Yeah.
And where are you going?
Waynesboro.
And what's in Waynesboro?
A hotel.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah.
Awesome.
A burger, maybe.
Ooh.
All right, who are you?
I'm Beef.
I'm Twister.
Twister. Where are you guys from?
Michigan.
Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Yeah,
Mount Pleasant.
Michigan.
Awesome. Cool. Often on this trail, you come across these rock walls, and they've obviously been here for a long time. They would not make sense. They don't mark a boundary that I think has anything to do with the AT, but you wonder, who did them? Was somebody setting up a home here? And that's a lot of work to, I can't tell how far it goes, but it goes as far as I can see up the trail. All right, popping out onto Wintergreen View. By the way, nice breeze today. Beautiful day. cool. Alright, try not to die. Always important. Wow. Woo! Yeah. Right, here I sit. It's a great place to have a snack. A lot of the trail today, when it's not been climbing up on rocks, has been pretty overgrown. Some parts you really need to use your poles to just push the plants out of your way. Well, this isn't really too bad, but just kind of an indication of what we're walking through. We found a couple of stinging nettles, unfortunately, because you feel them when they brush up against your skin. And there's quite a few brambly bushes, you know, they're the berry bushes of some kind. And, you know, you got to make sure you push them out of your way with your trekking pole. Yeah, it's been an overgrown trail. All right, this is an area named Cedar Cliffs, and we're still hiking south along the Blue Ridge Parkway. And yeah, wow, you just see forever. All right, so we made a change in our plans. We've made many changes. We've made that one where we went to that Wayside Cafe and then stayed at the Loft Mountain campground. This will be the second change. I originally was planning this, what was it, a 12.2 something, to the Moppin shelter. Was talking to some northbound hikers and one of them mentioned something about some cabins that you could stay at. And so I looked on my Far Out app, and I didn't look at these cabins because they're quite a ways off trail and I would not consider that. And so by quite a ways I mean 2 miles of walking to get to them on the Blue Ridge Parkway. So yeah, I think normally that's an immediate no. But I've been anxious about my the batteries and how much electricity I have and whether I'm even going to be able to have phone service, a working phone at the end of this hike, you know, after 5 days of hiking. And it's questionable. I don't know. So having a cabin with electricity kind of solves that. Plus, I gotta say, I'm really not liking getting this grimy. I can live with it, I can deal, but given a choice, a hot shower tonight sounds really good. I could sink wash this shirt too, because it's been drenched in sweat. So anyways, yep, I made reservations tonight at that cabin, and I'll be headed there. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a ride, I don't know. It's 2 miles down. Okay, so this also changes another part of my plans. Talking to some other hikers, and they're saying that north, going southbound to pre-shelter, which was the shelter I was going to hit next after Moppin, is a pretty hard climb. Well, it turns out that since I'm now going to the cabin, it's even harder because I'm going to be hiking up over 5,000 feet of ascent, of elevation gain. That's a lot. I could probably do it, maybe, but I would be dying at the end. And I stop and go like, why? Why would I do that to myself? I've got no schedule here. So I'm going to add a day. I have to figure out the actual logistics, but I'll probably stop at another shelter in between Moppin and Priest and that make it a shorter day to Priest. So, yeah, that's the change. We'll see how it goes. So what's your trail name?
John Doe.
Oh God.
Genuinely. I know I sound like a serial killer or something, but yeah, John Doe.
John Doe and?
Luna Moth.
That's nice. And Luna Moth, you said that you are hiking northbound for now.
For now.
You're just going to see how you feel.
Yep.
All right. You may be in Katahdin, you may not.
Yep.
All right. And you're hiking northbound?
I'm northbound, and I'm fast as fuck, so I'm gonna make it. But we'll see, unless my leg breaks off or I get bronchitis again. So.
Here at the Three Ridges Gap overlook. It's Doug. Doug has been a godsend. And I really like his truck too. It's pretty freaking awesome.